When you give up the intoxication of the manifestation and you let the conjuring of the emotion be the manifestation that you're looking for, then you have accomplished instant manifestation. And then you say, yeah, but what about the car? What about the lover? What about the pile of money? What about the physical conditions? What about? And we say, it has to come. That all must come. That all must come. But if you make your emotion conditional upon it coming, it can't come if your emotion is tied to the absence of it. So how do you make your emotion tied to something that you don't have? That's the kicker, isn't it? How do I make my emotion be a response to something that isn't yet? And we say, because you're smart. You have the ability to do that. Sometimes you have to get more general. In other words, sometimes you have to remind yourself, well, I believe in law of attraction. It's proven itself to me over and over again. I believe in my ability to focus. I've showed myself that on many occasions. I trust in the universal laws. I've practiced it enough to know. I have enough evidence. I get it that when I'm in a bad mood, things don't go well for me. And when I'm in a good mood, things go better for me. I get it that my mood affects things. And since I've been paying attention to that, I really get that. So even though I am the first to admit that I cannot yet very well control my mood, I am willing to admit that my mood does affect what comes next. Well, that's a general statement, and it's a very powerful first step, isn't it? So when we ask you, and we're going to do it here just because we want to, why do you want what you want? Why do you want what you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? If you meet someone on the street and they say, hello, what do you want? What do you tell them? Well, now we've coached you into the perfect answer. But what kind of things do you tell normal people? Well, I want a better job. And I want my body to look better or feel better. Or I want more money. I want more freedom. I want to do more fun things. I want to have the freedom to travel. I want a better living environment. I want my... And of course you do say, I want to be happy. But most of the time, when you're thinking of manifestations, you're thinking of stuff, aren't you? Or conditions, aren't you? You're thinking of something other than your emotion over which you have complete and immediate control. And we just want to convey to you that if you can leave this gathering accepting personally for yourself that what you really are wanting to be the creator of is the emotion which you have the ability to conjure no matter where you are within 10 minutes, we're not kidding you. And that if you will, in fact, deliberately conjure the good feeling emotion within 10 minutes, whenever anything is out of whack for you, that you will begin to show yourself the power of your point of attraction. And we want to put this to you in a stronger way than we ever have. We want you to show yourself the power of our point of attraction. Our point of attraction. Because you're not in this alone. You weren't alone when you came, and you're not alone now. And you're not alone when you're moving through the contrast, and we're not talking about the other billions of people that you're interacting with or the circumstances and events that are around you. We're talking about the fullness of source energy who is present within you now, who has a powerful point of attraction. Now hear this. Oh, so good. So you get law of attraction, sort of, kind of, don't you? That you get what you think about and that things come back to you in response to how you're feeling. So you were source energy before you came into this physical body, and a part of you is here now. So there are potentially 2 points of view that are offering vibration, and law of attraction is responding to those 2 points of view. Those 2 vantage points, the vantage point of who you really are and the vantage point of who you're being right now this red hot minute. So as these 2 vantage points, let's say they're different. Let's say source loves the person you're looking at and you loathe the person that you're looking at. There is a vibrational difference. And that vibrational difference has 2 points of attraction, because law of attraction is responding to how source feels and law of attraction is responding to how you feel. And since you're in on all of this, you've got tension in your vibration. And that's what negative emotion is. It's the indicator of the difference in your frequencies. So We want you to know that this part of you, this non-physical part of you, will win. But you can tear yourself up pretty good in the process. In other words, eventually you're going to croak and you're going to have one pure point of attraction. You're going to feel really, really good. We just don't think you should have to croak to get there. So, what about that? Are you accepting the 2 points of the 2 points that law of attraction is responding to? And doesn't it make sense to you that when you're in alignment with who you are, that the tension goes away because now there's only one point of attraction? So if you've been listening to us for a while or watching us for a while, you've seen us say when you come into alignment with Source, because Source holds steady. But today, we're not saying anything different. We just want you to look at it differently. If Source is always fully present right here, forward, in this leading edge, powerful now where you are, if Source is right here with you, don't you want to release any resistance so that you can allow this one point of attraction? And the reason we're putting it to you like that is because it's one whopping, walloping energy that creates worlds point of attraction. And the reason we're putting it to you this way is because we want to convince you, best sales job we've ever done so far. If you will work to allow yourself alignment so that you can be the full receiver of Source right here and now. If you've taken the time to conjure the emotional manifestation in that 10 minutes that we're talking about, and you allow this coupling, this blending, this complete merging with this powerful point of attraction, doesn't it make perfect sense to you that the details are going to fill in for you and fill in for you fast in order to complete your representation of what instant manifestation means to you? Because you never meant just feel good about the car I don't have. You never meant that. You never meant just feel good about the lover who's not yet in my bed. You always meant I want my lover in my bed. I want my car in my garage. I want the money in my bank account. I want credit limits on my credit cards. In other words, you always meant, when you talk about manifestations, you're talking about the fullness of it, and well, you should, because you are creators. You are creators. You didn't come here to sit on a cloud and just om. That was not your plan. You came into the details of all of this delicious beauty, in all of this delicious leading edge representation of vibration. You came to fully create and be enveloped by beautiful, lovely, wonderful leading edge, physical, manifested, material, and yet spiritual things. In other words, we want you to know that Source is right out here on the leading edge. When someone creates an invention, please do not think that it is a human's creation without the creativity and brilliance and understanding of the big picture from Source. In other words, inspiration comes from allowing all of that. And you know that. You've had enough personal experience with it to know it. But now you're looking at it in a different way, aren't you? Can't you feel that you've come forward in your understanding that Source has always been with you in this moment? And that as you practice just a little bit, you'll feel the immediacy of that alignment, which is the emotion that you've always been looking for. So now let's back up a little bit. So what is it that you want? Well, Abraham, I want to be an allower of the fullness of who I am to be present in this moment, which is the same thing as saying, I want to be happy. Well, Abraham, I want to be an allower of all that I am to be present in this moment, which is the same thing as saying, I want to be the brilliant, creative, tuned in, tapped in, turned on person that I was born to be. Good.